Question. Have you always thought that living modestly and living life to the fullest are incompatible and require choosing one over the other? Well, are you ready to have a seat on the couch? All right, let's do it. So, I have always thought that I had to decide which life I was going to live. I started watching all these motivational videos about life and working hard to be the best possible me. One month I was saving every penny except bill money. Then the next month I was spending like crazy, feeling like I was worth it. In reality, you can feel like you're worth it and still save money. You can have a modest lifestyle and live your life to the fullest. So, there's the balancing act. Living modestly and living life to the fullest may seem like opposing concepts, but they can coexist. The challenge lies in finding the balance between financial restraint and experiential richness. Experiential means comes from the real world, your life acquired knowledge. It requires a shift in perspective, focusing on values rather than cost, which means you don't need to go out and buy everything you want when you want it, and you don't have to live like you're broke. Balance your finances to fit your lifestyle and maintain spending, paying bills, investing, and saving. I've heard 1,000 times that if you put that coffee money away, you'll be able to save so much more money. But how long will that take? If you truly need coffee, then budget for coffee. Don't buy coffee if you have to decide between coffee and gas. But don't cut off the small luxuries you want because you feel like you have to save every penny that allows you to be rich or have retirement money in 10 to 30 years. You should have passive side hustle income for that. For example, anything I don't want or need, I put on Facebook Marketplace. I used to give it to Goodwill, but then I realized they're selling my goods and making a profit off of it, and I can do the same thing. This year alone, I made $5,000 selling things on Facebook. You never know what other people may need that you no longer want. In a world where you can be or do anything, use it to make money. Stop stressing over coffee because someone tells you that you're spending on it too much. The little luxuries help you get through the week. I am not saying just go out and buy anything you want. If you want a $3,500 Fendi bag and you don't even make $3,500 a month, don't buy it. Wait until you have a certain amount of money saved, passive income coming in, or a side hustle that is bringing in money while you sleep. But if you need new running shoes because yours are all worn and hurting your feet, then go get the shoes. Think about the purchase and avoid instant gratification and determine if you're doing it because you need it or because you're trying to impress somebody else. Which brings me to my next topic, societal pressures. One of the biggest challenges is societal pressure. We live in a world that often equates material possessions with success and happiness. Overcoming this mindset involves consistently choosing experience over things, prioritizing what truly brings joy and fulfillment. You can look on Instagram and see all these people living their best life, and you feel like you're behind, you're overwhelmed, or even betrayed that your life isn't as exciting as theirs. Don't worry. Most of the time, theirs isn't that exciting either. They are only posting what they want you to see. You are not in competition with anyone but yourself. Let me say that again. You are not in competition with anyone but yourself. Go at your own pace and finish your goals. There is always, and I mean always, going to be someone doing something faster, smarter, or more extravagant than you. That's okay. Life isn't about what others are doing. It is about what you are doing to make your life the best life for you. Once I heard somebody say that they rented designer clothes just to take photos so that people would follow them. Why would you go through all that just to make people follow you or like you? People want the authentic you. People may see your stuff and think, I like that bag or those shoes or your car or house, but they could really care less about you. They just want the stuff you have. When you get to the point that you can afford designer clothes, then buy them. But until then, it is more important about how you dress, not what designers you wear. Which leads me to my next topic, creative resourcefulness. Living fully on a modest budget demands creative resourcefulness. This might mean seeking out free or low-cost activities like hiking, volunteering, or even attending some community events. It also means being mindful of spending habits and finding ways to save money without sacrificing your quality of life. I don't care if we have $700,000 in the bank or $7 in the bank. My husband always wants to use a coupon or an app deal or something. And to be honest, I don't mind it. We usually get something free or discounted. I don't care how rich we become, saving money is always a priority. Why spend $200 at a restaurant when I could spend $75 on that same meal? Think about it. Being creative allows you to feel empowered while spending money. Even when you go to the movies, sometimes you have to change it up to matinee. It isn't because you don't have the money to spend, but why spend more money to see the same movie? When you think about things outside the box, you realize all the little savings add up. You can enjoy life and still live modestly. Which leads me to my last topic, redefining fullest. Ultimately, the key to overcoming these challenges is to redefine what it means to live life to the fullest. It's not about extravagant vacations or luxury goods, but about meaningful connections, personal growth, and making a positive impact on the world around you. Embracing this mindset allows us to live richly regardless of our financial circumstances. When you redefine the word fullest, you have to define it in your standards. You may only take one vacation a year with all expensive amenities and extravagant things instead of 3. Or you may take shorter, less extravagant vacations multiple times a year. Stop thinking about what other people are doing and do what will allow you to be fulfilled. Someone once told me, or actually asked me rather, how do you go on so many vacations? I start planning my vacations a year prior. I budget, save, and account for all the things I want to do. Instead of going to the club, going out to eat with every single person that asks me, or other trips people have planned, I put my money away and save up for the vacation I planned. I realize I can't make everything all the time. You have to prioritize what is important to you. If your birthday trip is important, then maybe you can't go on 10 other birthday trips that year. People will try to tell you all kinds of ways to deal with money. Work really hard and save every penny, or live life to the fullest, you only live once. Stop buying coffee and put it in retirement. What you have to do is sit down and do a budget, check your bank account every single day, and see what is going out and what is coming in. Then determine what things are more important. I went an entire month one time without checking my bank account, and once I checked it, I realized I spent $3,000 on eating out in 1 month. That is insane. So stop feeling trapped and that life is one way or the other. You can enjoy the pleasures of life and still manage to maintain your lifestyle. It isn't how much money you make, it's about how much you save, invest, and spend. Let's just keep it real here. I know someone who made $20 an hour, and then I knew another person who made $57 an hour. The person who made $20 an hour had more money saved than the person who had $57 an hour. Why? Because the person who made $20 an hour, she didn't need a lot. She paid her bills. She had kept her paid off car. She did a budget for fun things that she wanted to do on the weekends, and she saved the rest of her money. The one who made $57 an hour had 2 car payments, a high mortgage, way too many credit card bills, ate out every night, and didn't have any savings. Yes, it is great to make more, but if you're spending everything you make, it really doesn't matter how much you make. Think about your lifestyle. What needs to change? Do you have a budget? How often do you check your bank account? Do you buy a lot of things you really don't need? Now is the time to make some changes in your life so that you can live to the fullest and better understand how you are spending. Everything that other people do won't work for you. So you have to take bits and pieces and put what works for you in your life plan. I love being with family and friends, but if they ask me to do something less than 2 weeks prior to doing it, I mainly say no. For one reason, because they aren't valuing my time, which you'll hear more in my next video, 6-month plan, but mainly because they didn't give me enough time to budget for the event or rearrange my calendar. Take some time today and think about your lifestyle. How can you live life to the fullest and still have a modest life? Make changes today, not tomorrow, not next week. One thing that I changed a few months ago was going to Lifetime Gym. It is way more expensive than other gyms, but I get unlimited access to classes. My grandson gets sports activities and swimming lessons, and I feel better about myself for doing it now. Now I make my coffee at home instead of going to Starbucks or BlackRock. That was just a choice that I chose. I always get up at 4:15 in the morning and go to the gym by 5:30 and feel better throughout my day for making that decision. No one is going to hold you accountable for how you feel about your life. It is up to you. I hope that this helps someone realize that your life is yours for the taking and you have the option to live the way you want. Have a wonderful day and follow, like, and subscribe. See you next time.